So I'm going to talk about why Autistic Pride matters. All my life, I didn't understand who I was. I didn't understand myself. I didn't understand my behaviours. I didn't understand why I needed to stim, flap my hands, rock, pace, hum, meltdown, cry, have panic attacks. Constantly described as attention-seeking, constantly described as fake, as almost like a multi-personality and hyper, instead of what I actually always was, and that's autistic. I was always framed as negative, bad things, broken things, disruptive things, always hanging over my head, this burden, and the burden was me. And when I was diagnosed autistic, I saw the medical framework of what autistic is, and I saw how it fails to recognise the full diversity of our community, and it fails to recognise our sensory needs as well. And what happens is, this has an impact on our schools, on our working environments, on our social, on our welfare, and you just kind of feel like there's not a lot of hope. And then I saw my son, and I thought, well, I don't think he's broken. I don't think he's abnormal, or a deficit, or a nuisance. I think he's wonderful, he's autistic. And I was able to start applying some of those beliefs to me. It's been a long 4 years, and I've had to shed a lot of self-hate. So pride for me is a choice. It's a choice because I refuse to be ashamed of fundamentally who I am, and that is autistic. And what I've realised is that the autistic framework, I can now challenge that self-hate, and I can attend wonderful pride events like this, which are vital. And they are vital because we have ABAs, schools, telling us we cannot move, we cannot react to the environment, we cannot regulate, we must always remain masked and in control. And to be autistic, we know it's not always like that. So carving out these spaces, these places, these communities to make us more visible to one another is so vital, because I don't know about you, I am sick of feeling alone. I'm sick of feeling isolated. With these pride events, we get to create something for our kids, for our teenagers, for other autistic adults to attend. We get to make autistics visible. We get to take control of the narrative that we're fed up of being ashamed, and we're sick of being ashamed. So instead, we come together in solidarity, in acceptance, and in hope. Hope that we will find strength from one another, strength to move forward, strength to carry on, strength to fight and campaign for the most vulnerable members of our autistic community. Those with learning disabilities, those with learning difficulties, with epilepsy, with co-concurrent health conditions, those who are facing homelessness. Because what is the alternative? We return to Bedlam? We return to the Winterbourne scandal? I really, really hope that we continue to support vulnerable autistics, such as Oliver McGowan, who lost his life in NHS care because he was autistic and had an epileptic fit, and he's no longer with us today. We are stronger together. It's why Pride matters. It's what unites us in the face of shame, stigma, bullying, discrimination, and abuse. Pride offers an alternative, so I choose pride, not fear. Thank you.